Howdy, this is Marissa from Marissa Moments Podcast, where I give you my real life stories and their healing translations. So let's just get straight into it. I've had an epiphany. I'm a shadow walker. Now, I know that that's a term that's used within the spiritual community, and honestly speaking, I'm not quite sure exactly what it means within that context. But the download I received is that I walk amongst the shadows. You see, my life has not been easy. I've shared some of my stories, just a small, very small snippet, and a bit of the healing translations behind it. But what I'm coming to realize is that all of these moments together are what have been required of me to be able to walk amongst the shadows of others. And when I say walk amongst the shadows of others, what I mean is that when I look at you, when I speak to you, I see your shadows. I see the darkness behind the light that you try to portray. I see your truth. I see your darkest truth. Now, that doesn't mean that I see the specifics behind what you did and when you did it. However, I can get the emotional resonance behind it. So if you are feeling guilty, if you are having anxiety, if you are feeling like a failure, if you are feeling like an imposter, any of these things, I pick them up. And typically speaking, I would receive them as being my own. So for the longest time, anytime I was around a group of people or even one individual, I would confuse their emotions for my own. Now, I know that we often talk about that as being an empath trait. However, I was given, again, the download that these labels and these terms cross over one another. You see, the point of what it is that I do and what I am capable of doing is to go into your shadows, pull them out, expose them, shine a light on them, if you will, so that way you are able to acknowledge them and work on them for yourself. Not only do I see them and show them back to you and reflect them back to you, but I tell you the steps that you need to do in order to start walking on your own path. Now, this isn't a hand-holding mission. This is a empowerment mission. This is a nothing is too ugly or too scary, in air quotes, to turn me away, because I've already experienced so much. I've experienced so much, so that way I won't judge whatever you've been through. That way you won't feel the need to hide in front of me. So that way you can be comfortable with exposing your truth and then working to heal it. So that way you can reclaim your divinity and your power. Now we all have special gifts and abilities. Now this just happens to be one of mine. Now, maybe this resonates with you. Maybe you are a shadow walker as well, or however you want to term yourself, because again, labels really only have the meaning that we decide to subscribe to them, right? But that's it. So that's my epiphany for this evening. Now that I know this, I can run with it. Now, will this be true for tomorrow? Who knows? Because we're forever growing and we're forever evolving and changing, which is a good thing that we should embrace. As long as we are causing no intentional harm to ourselves or one another, and we are walking in our true divinity and purpose, then what's the harm? So, with that said, again, maybe this resonates, and if it does, that's awesome. Take it and run with it. And if not, that's cool too. Let's just keep it pushing, right? Either way, thanks for listening. And until next time, you know the vibes. Peace. And by the way, don't forget to check me out on all of social media. Now, keep in mind that across the board, I do post different things, so you may get this message here and a totally different one on a different social media platform. So be sure to check me out, like, follow, subscribe, comment, all of those things as it resonates, because if it doesn't resonate, that's okay too, right? Anyway, I hope you have the best day ever. And again, until next time, you know the vibes. Peace.